Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Brick Artemis. Today, I want to talk about my top 5 dream grails are. Okay, guys, so these are figures that I do not have that I really wish that I did and kind of hunting for at the moment, or off and on kind of going for, and kind of just my dream figures, right? My dream Hot Toys figures that I wish I had in my collection. I want to talk about 5 of them. Well, actually 7 of them. 2 of them are honorable mentions that I had to at least say a little something about. But, I do want to just go ahead and say that the Jedi Knights Watch has done a video like this with Hot Toys. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and check out his video. I think he's done this twice in the last couple of years. So kudos to him. I've done this for Lego, but I really want to do one for Hot Toys as well, and just talk about some Hot Toys that are kind of just out of my reach unless I get that good deal. So let's go ahead and get started with the first honorable mention, and that is going to be RoboCop with the chair. Now, this figure is and was probably my number one for the longest time. I really love RoboCop, you guys, and as you all might know, people who have been watching like Wolfpack Wednesdays and all of that, this is a figure and a character that I kind of have a bond with because of my father, and growing up in the 90s and just being a huge RoboCop fan with my dad. And if it wasn't for getting the newest RoboCop that came out, RoboCop 3, then I probably would still have this top 2 on my list. But because I now have a RoboCop, I still want this figure with a chair, but it's not like at the top of my list where I need it now. Obviously, if I find a good deal on it, I'll still probably pull the trigger, and I'm still kind of looking at it. But it's nothing like it was before, and it's nothing against the figure. Not saying that this figure isn't as good as RoboCop 3, because it's probably better. But I have a RoboCop now, so it's just not up there anymore with the top on my list. Another honorable mention is Yondu. Now, I'm a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan. I'm a huge Marvel fan, so this is definitely a figure that I really want to add to my collection. And yeah, I know, hate me all you want, but I don't even have a Guardians of the Galaxy figure yet. But I've come close to getting a couple of different Star-Lords, but at the end of the day, I'm just going to go ahead and wait for these new Guardians 3 figures to come out and add those to my collection. However, Yondu is still one that is up there on my dream list, just not quite hitting the top 5 mark. So, going into number 5, but before we do, you guys, if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure to subscribe and hit that like button and that notification bell so you know when the next videos are coming. We talk about Hot Toys, Lego, and movies, and all types of entertainment. We've got live shows. I'm on Wolfpack Wednesdays with the Jedi Knights Watch, D'Lo the Collector, and Evil Sneaker, as well as my own live stream that I do with Flavio House of Collectibles, and we will soon be having guests called the Bugle 6. I also do the Life Lego Built, where I get with a Lego fan, an AFOL, and talk about how Lego shaped their life. So, guys, getting into number 5. I couldn't just choose one, but I guess if I did have to choose one, it would be Han. But I'm going to put them both here. Han and Luke, Stormtrooper disguise. Guys, these are really cool figures that I would love to add to my collection. It would be a really cool scene in my collection, and I would die for this. These are 2 really good figures that are going for quite a lot. I believe Han, when Han Solo first came out, he was retailing at $243, and Luke Skywalker is retailing at $230. At least these are the prices that I'm getting off a Sideshow. These are going well over that now, and to get them both, you're looking at darn well close to $1,000, and maybe even a little more. So this is definitely something that is a grail and that I really want in my collection. So just comes with really cool stuff. Definitely an iconic scene, iconic movie, and just would really love to have this in my collection, as I'm sure a lot of you guys would if you haven't already, but I don't yet, and something I really want. Something I truly want. A New Hope, as some of my close friends might know, isn't my favorite Star Wars movie. Okay, but I do love this scene. I do love a lot of parts of this movie, and this would be something that I would love to start my original trilogy collection with. Going in at number four, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Ghost Rider. Now, Ghost Rider is something that I've always kind of liked since the original movie came out with Nicolas Cage. Now, obviously, this figure I wasn't into Hot Toys back then, but this is definitely a figure and a character that I've loved ever since in comic books, and really was hoping that Keanu Reeves would play him one day. And I really did like the Nicolas Cage version, but this figure, by the time I got into Hot Toys, skyrocketed in price, and this is something that's just out of my reach. The pleather does worry me a little bit, but man, this is a really really cool figure. And if you let that pleather and all that worry you too much, then it's just gonna mess with your head. So I try not to think about that too much. But man, this is really cool. And then when we got the Cosmic Ghost Rider and all this stuff in the comic books, like, it made me even look at Ghost Rider even more. And this, so yeah, definitely something in the Marvel universe that I would love to get. I would love to see Ghost Rider into the MCU soon. Hopefully we can get him in this Deadpool movie. We'll see. We'll see. But this is definitely a figure that I want. I think he just looks really, really awesome. I mean, just the chains, the skull piece. I mean, his head sculpt looks amazing, and that jacket looks great as well. Guys, going into number 3, we have the T-800 Battle Damaged Terminator. This looks really awesome. I've seen this in person. I really, really want this. I had a chance to buy it at my local shop. But it's still pricey. I think it's about $4.75 at the local shop, and which isn't terrible. But I definitely am looking to buy this figure. This might be the one that I buy first out of this Grail dream list of mine, just because I know it's available nearby. And something about Terminator is it's a lot like RoboCop. You kind of grow with Arnold and these Terminator movies in the 90s if you grew up in the 90s, right? And this is definitely a figure that you want to have for nostalgia and the love of film. And there was a lot of first in T2, and it would just be so cool to have this figure in my display, and kind of have like his own single display. Maybe pull off an action in the box, or ask for some of his help to set up like a diorama or something. So if you're listening, sir, if I get that figure, I might need some help. Going into number 2, guys, we have Superman. And this is not just any Superman. This is Reeves' Superman. This is a really, really, really cool looking piece. And I know that a lot of these figures have issues with the logo on the front peeling a little bit. But, I have seen a couple in the last year for new. And that's what I would want because I'm needy. But this is definitely a figure that I would want to, because this right here is my Superman, and I would love to have him. I like the light blue. I love Christopher Reeves. The first 2 Superman movies are just classics. Grew up with these as well, and man, this would be a really cool figure to have. This is a figure that I think Hot Toys needs to have a 2.0 of. I think they need to redo this figure. I know that's going to make a lot of people mad when they do, but also a lot of people happy, right? A lot of people that did not get this figure or just wants upgrades. So I think Hot Toys eventually should do this. I would prefer this over like the Man of Steel, another Cavill Superman or something like that. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, Hot Toys, if you're listening, make another one of these. But until then, this is definitely top 2 dream grails of mine on my list, guys. So at number one is another film, or comes from another film that means a lot to me. And that is from Batman 1989. It's not Batman. It's the Joker. The DX8, which retailed at $264.99 per sideshow. And, that I wasn't around the time when they did cents, right? But yeah, $264.99. This is a figure. I love the Joker. I don't know if I like this Joker, if I like Jack Nicholson's Joker more than Heath Ledger's, but I definitely, this movie kind of, I feel a certain way toward this movie because this is like the first Batman movie that I saw as a kid. And I watched a lot of like the Batman animated series as a kid as well. So seeing this live action, it was awesome. Jack Nicholson scared the crap out of me. The Joker scared the crap out of me. I need this figure. I do think that they will make a new one. Hot Toys will make a new one probably within the next few years. Who knows? But that's just my opinion. What I think that they will do or should do. But as of now, this is a figure that I really, really need, especially since I have the Batman 1989, the one that's coming out, releasing this year, pre-ordered and paid off already. So really looking forward to getting him. So by getting that figure, by getting that Batman, I really need to get the Joker with him. So guys, I need some DC. I don't have a lot of DC. I need some DC figures, which is why there are a couple of DC figures on this list. If there's something that I missed or that you're surprised is not on my dream Grail list, let me know. I do have a couple of Grails in my collection, not as many as some, but I do have a couple that I'm really happy with, like Darkseid Anakin, which is a really cool figure. But guys, I want to hear about your top 5 Hot Toys Grails that you either have or that you really want to get, like that's just out of reach and you're trying to find that perfect figure for your collection in perfect condition and whatnot. Like I want to hear down below in the comments what your number one Grail piece is or what you want it to be. So comment down below, guys. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe, especially if you like the video. Hit that like button. And until next time, guys, keep bricking.